This is our leadership and administrative talk YouTube channel. My name is Professor Paul Allieu Kamara, a professor of leadership, development, and administration from the Rudolph Kwanue University. As usual, we have been dealing with a series of strategic directives, and today we are looking at interventions in the field of organizational development. And we'll be dealing with the subtopic of setting a new vision for your organization. We look at setting a new vision for your organization. First, we have to look at, in a broader perspective, what vision is all about. And I also want to let us know that setting a vision is not something easy to do. It is a herculean and difficult task because the vision is the roadmap to the success of your organization, and your mission is your compass on how to reach the desired goal of your company. First, what is a vision? A vision statement reflects the ideal image of the organization in the future. The vision statement reflects the ideal image of the organization in the future. They create a focal point for strategic planning and at times bound with most vision statement projected for a period of about in between 5 and 10 years. So it's a desire that a company or an individual may wish to achieve. Vision statement communicate both the purpose and values of the organization. The vision statement communicate both the purpose and the value of the organization. For employees, it gives directions about how they are expected to behave and inspired them to give their very best. It shares with customers, it shapes customers' understanding of why they should work with the organization. Also, the vision statement includes vivid description of the organization as it effectively carried out its operations. And that makes it very important. Companies that enjoy enduring success have core values and a core purpose that remain fixed while their business strategies and practices endlessly adapt to change or changing world. The dynamic of preserving the core while stimulating progress is the reason that companies such as Newlet Package, 3M, Johnson and Johnson, Protac, Gamble, Mackey, Sun, Motorola, and Nordstrom became elite instructions or institutions that are able to renew themselves and achieve superior long-term performances. For instance, like Newlet Packard employees employees have long known that radical change in operating practices, cultural norms, and business strategy does not mean losing the spirit of the HP way, the company's core principles. Johnson and Johnson continually question its structure and revamp its processes while preserving the ideal embodied in the credo. In 1996, the 3M sold off several of its large matured businesses, a dramatic move that surprises the press to refocus on its enduring core purpose of solving unsolvable problems innovatively. What were the causes? Truly, great companies understands great companies understand the differences between what should never change and what should be open for change, between what is genuinely scared and what is not. This rare ability to manage continuity and change requires a consciously practiced discipline, which is closely linked to the ability and to develop a vision. Vision provides guidance about core what core to preserve and what future to stimulate progress towards. But vision has become one of the most overused and least understood words in the language, conjuring up between image for different people of deeply held values, outstanding achievement, societal bonds, and exhilarating goals, motivating force, or reason to be. We recommend conceptual framework to define vision, add clarity and rigors to vague and frozen concepts, swearing around that trend term, and give practical guidance for articulating a coherent vision within an organization. It is a prescriptive framework rooted in 6 years of research and refined and tested by our ongoing work with executives from a very great variety of organizations around the world. A well-conceived vision consists of two major components. One, core ideology and envisioned future. Core ideology, the yin in our scheme, defines what we stand for and why we exist. Yin is unchanging and complements yang. So the envisioned future The envisioned future is what we aspire to become, to achieve, to create something that will require significant change and progress to attain. Progress, for instance, to attain. Core ideology defines the enduring character of an organization. A consistent identity that transcends product to market life cycle, technology, breakthroughs, management, fact of faiths, individual leaders. In fact, the most lasting and significant contribution of those who build visionary company is the core ideology. As Bill Newlett said about his long-term friend and business partner, David Packard, upon Packard's death not long ago. As far as the company is concerned, the greatest thing he left behind him was a core of ethic known as HP Way. HP's core ideology, which has guided the company since its inception more than 50 years ago, includes a deep respect for the individuals, a dedication to affordable quality and reliability, a commitment to community responsibility. So Packard himself bequeathed his 4.3 billion of Hewlett Packard stock to a charitable foundation, and he viewed that the company exists to make technical contribution for the achievement and welfare of humanity. Company builders such as David Packard, Maros Ibuka of Sons, George Mack of Mack, William Mack Knight of 3M, and Paul Galvin of Motole understood that it is more important to know who you are than where you are going. For where you are going will change as the world around you changes. Leaders die, products become obsolete, market change, new technologies emerge, and management fades come and go. But core ideology in a great company endures as a source of guidance and inspiration. Core ideology provides the glue that holds an organization together as it grows, decentralized, diversified, expand globally, and develop workplace diversity. Think of it as an analogy to the principle of Judaism that held the Jewish people together for centuries without a homeland. Even as they spread across the diaspora, or think of the truth held to be self-evident in the Declaration of the Independence or the enduring ideal of the principles of the scientific community that bound scientists from every nationality together in a common purpose of advancing human knowledge. Any effective vision must embody the core ideology of the organization, which in trust or in turn consists of two distinctive parts. One, core values, a system of guiding principles and tenets, and core purpose, the organization's most fundamental reason for its existence. Now let's look at the core value. Core values are the essential and enduring tenets of an organization, a small set of timeliness guiding principle. Core value requires external justification. They have intrinsic values and important to those inside the organizations. like Walter Nancy Company's core values of imagination and wholesomeness stem not from the market requirement, but from the founder inner belief that imagination and wholesomeness should be nurtured for their own sake. William Proctor and James Gamble didn't insist in P and G culture on a focus on product excellence merely as a strategy for success, but as an almost a religious tenet. The point is that a great company decides for itself what value it holds to be core, largely independent of the current environment, competitive requirement, or management fades. Clearly, then, there is no universal right set of core value. A company needs not have as its core value customer service. Sun doesn't, or respect for the individual, or Dennis doesn't, or core respect. Wales Mark Store doesn't, or Mark Focus HP doesn't, or Teamwork or Nordstrom doesn't. A company might have operational practice, business strategy around those qualities without having them at the essence of it being. Furthermore, great companies need not have likable or humanistic core value, although many do. The key is not what core values an organization has that has core value at all. So, what are we looking at? Number one, managing the diversities of labor force. Diversity can be defined as the variety of experience and prospect which arise from differences in race, culture, religion, mental or physical ability, heritage, age, sexual orientation, gender identity, and other characteristics. So, why is it when many people think of diversity, they think first of ethnicity and race and then gender? Diversity is more broadened. Diversity is otherness or those human qualities that are different from our own and outside the group to which we belong. Yet present in other individuals or present in other individuals and groups. It is important to understand how those dimensions affect performance, motivation, success, and interaction without others. Institutional instructors and practices that have presented barriers to some dimension of diversity should be examined, challenged, and removed. To address this diversity or issues, consider this question. One, what policies, practice, and ways of thinking and within our organization culture have differential impact on different groups? What organizational change should be made to meet the need of a diverse workforce as well as maximize potential of all workers? Most people believe in the golden rule, which is to treat others as you may want them to treat you. The implicit assumption is that how you want to be treated is how others want to be treated. But when you look at this proverb through a diverse perspective, you begin to ask the question, what does respect look like? Does it look like the same for everyone? Does it mean saying hello in the morning or leaving someone alone or making eye contact when you speak. Depends on individual. We may share values as we continue. Transforming the organization culture so its core close reflect the value of our diverse workforce. Some of the skills that are needed are: one, an understanding and acceptance of managing diversity's concept. Number two, recognition that diversity is threatened through every aspect of management. Number three, self-awareness in terms of understanding your own culture, identity, bias, prejudice, and stereotype. Number four, willingness to challenge in changing what is known to be institutional practice that present barriers to different group. Lastly, we look at few things here. We look at few things very briefly. One, the issues. What are the issues? One, how do you make the job sound appealing to different types of workers? Number two, how can recruitment be effective targeting to diverse group? Number three, how do you overcome bias in interviewing process, questioning, and responses? Now, what are the strategies that are involved in? One, specify the need for skill to work effectively in a diverse environment in the job. For example, demonstrated ability to work effectively in a diverse work environment. Number two, make sure that good faith effort are made to recruit a diverse applicant pool. Number three, focused on the job requirement in the interview and assess and experience both. Also consider transferable skills and demonstrated competencies, such as analytical, organizational communication, coordination. Prior experience does not um, necessarily mean effectiveness or success on the job. Number four, use a panel interview format. Ensure that the committee is diverse. Unit affiliations, job clarification, length of service, variety of life experience, etc., etc. And number five, ensure that appropriate accommodations are made for disabled and applicants. And number six, know your own bias. What stereotypes do you have of people from different groups and how well they may perform on the job? As I conclude, transformational development is a stage model for improving collaboration in network bias on early research. So we look at few of them. Phase one is determining the need for ATS and explaining the problem there. And phase two is motivation to collaboration. Number three, members identification and selections, and collaborative planning, building an organization, and evaluation. Don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube. Click on the subscribe button and press like and forward to many that may want to be part of this, educative teaching. Until I come your way again, you can reach me on my website, which is www.rkuuniversity.org. You can have more information there concerning our subsequent and various teachings. On the YouTube, you can click subscribe. There are many more of my YouTube will come your way. I thank you for viewing my YouTube, and to keep yourself on various kinds of leadership teachings that will help us to grow stronger, be professional in our work. Please don't forget to subscribe and to share. I'll come your way again some other time. Thank you very much. Tata, my name is Professor Paul Allieu Kamara. I'm an associate professor of leadership, development, and administration from the Rudolph Kwanue University. Thank you once more.